What if I told you there's one mind-blowing secret that will make her see you as utterly irresistible? Forget gifts, sweet talk, or desperate displays of love. This is a raw, primal power that flips her perception of you overnight. It's not about manipulating her. It's about forging an unbreakable version of you. Buckle up, because these stoic truths will shock you and leave her craving your presence. Most men are terrified of that little word. They bend over backwards, say yes to every request, and sacrifice their own dignity just to avoid upsetting her. But here's the gut punch truth. A man who constantly agrees is forgettable. He blends into the background, another face in the crowd, another weak echo of approval. When you deliver a calm, unapologetic no, something electric happens. You're not just refusing her request. You're sending a message. You're telling her, my time is valuable, my energy is sacred, and my life is not up for negotiation. That single act of resistance speaks louder than 1,000 empty yeses. And here's the twist. She won't admit it, but she respects you more for it. She may pout, she may test you, but deep down, she's stunned. You've proven you're not a puppet dancing for her attention, but a man with boundaries carved in stone. That strength triggers something primal in her. The moment she realizes you're willing to stand firm, even if it risks her approval, is the moment obsession begins to take root. Because in a world full of men desperate to please, the one who dares to say no becomes unforgettable. Every man eventually faces it, her storm. The raised voice, the emotional outburst, the whirlwind of anger and accusations. Most men fold instantly. They shout back, they beg for peace, or they scramble to fix what can't be fixed in that moment. And every time they do, they lose a little more respect. But you are different. You do not crumble. You do not match chaos with chaos. Instead, you remain steady, unshaken, like a mountain rooted deep into the earth. This isn't passive silence, it's power, a deliberate choice to rise above the storm, to refuse to be dragged into emotional quicksand. When you stay calm while she rages, something primal awakens in her. She realizes, I cannot break this man. And that realization is magnetic. It flips the script completely. Instead of feeling control over you, she feels pulled toward your strength, drawn in like a moth to the flame she cannot resist. Because here's the stoic truth. Emotions are contagious. If you let her chaos infect you, you've already lost. But if you remain ice cold, her storm eventually burns itself out, and you stand there untouched, proving without a word that you are not ruled by anyone else's fury. And in that silence, she begins to crave you even more. A man without direction is like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly, desperate for someone else to steer him. That kind of man chases her approval, bends his life around her moods, and ends up suffocating her with neediness. It's pathetic, and she knows it. But when you live with purpose, when every step you take is guided by a mission bigger than yourself, everything changes. Suddenly, you're not the one chasing her. She's watching you. She's captivated by the energy that radiates from a man who knows exactly where he's going, who refuses to be distracted by drama or fleeting temptations. Women are drawn to strength, but more than that, they're drawn to vision. A man with purpose becomes magnetic because he is anchored. He isn't tossed around by her moods or society's noise. He has a North Star, and nothing pulls him off course. That unshakable focus leaves her speechless. And here's the shocking twist. When you lead with purpose, you don't just inspire her admiration, you awaken her instinct to follow. She feels safer, more alive, more connected around you because you represent stability in a world that constantly shifts. So stop chasing her approval. Stop making her the center of your life. Instead, build a life so powerful, so driven by mission, that she has no choice but to be drawn into your orbit. Because when your purpose leads the way, she won't just want you, she'll obsess over you. Few things shock a woman more than a man who refuses to beg. Most men, when faced with disrespect, cling tighter. They plead, they bargain, they lower themselves just to keep her attention. And every time they do, they kill attraction. Respect dies, desire evaporates. But when you walk away, calm, collected, without anger or drama, you ignite something she didn't expect. Suddenly, the power dynamic flips. She sees that you are not chained to her moods, her approval, or even her presence. You have something most men lack: the courage to leave when your standards are crossed. This isn't about playing games. It's about living with dignity. Walking away tells her one undeniable truth: I do not need you to complete me. I am already whole. And that truth cuts deeper than any words you could ever speak. Here's the paradox. When you stop chasing her, that's when she starts chasing you. When you show that your self-respect is worth more than her temporary validation, her curiosity ignites. She begins to wonder, what makes this man so different? Why isn't he desperate like the rest? And that question lingers in her mind long after you've gone. The image of you walking away, calm, unbothered, unshaken, plants a seed of obsession. Because deep down, every woman craves a man who values himself above all else. So remember, begging is weakness, walking away is power, and power is unforgettable. Look around and you'll see the same pattern. Men ruled by their emotions, quick to anger, easily jealous, consumed by fear or desperation. They lash out, they sulk, they beg for reassurance, and in doing so, they reveal weakness. Women may tolerate them, but they never truly respect them. Now imagine a man who refuses to be a slave to his emotions. He feels the fire of anger, the sting of jealousy, the weight of fear, but he does not bow to them. Instead, he controls them. He channels them. He transforms chaos into calm and noise into clarity. That man is rare. That man is unforgettable. This is the essence of Stoicism, not the absence of feeling, but the mastery of it. When you hold steady in moments that would break another man, you project something magnetic. You become an emotional fortress, unshaken by storms inside or outside. And in her eyes, that makes you untouchable. Here's the truth. She will admire many men, but she will obsess over the one she cannot rattle. The man who never loses himself, no matter the pressure, awakens both curiosity and desire. Because deep down, every woman longs for a man who can remain strong when the world and her emotions are in chaos. Mastering your emotions doesn't just make you more attractive, it makes you free. And freedom in a desperate world is the ultimate power. Marcus Aurelius warned, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." The secret isn't controlling her, it's mastering you. When you set ruthless boundaries, stay calm in chaos, lead with unbreakable purpose, refuse to beg, and conquer your emotions, you become a man she can't forget. As Epictetus declared, no man is free who is not master of himself. In a world of desperate men, the Stoic who commands himself is the one she'll never escape.